Money FM 89.3, the best of the afternoon update. The afternoon update with Lynlee Fu.
That's right, you're with me, Lynlee. You're listening to Industry Insight, and we're back with part 2 of our conversation with Dr. Yuanto Kusnadi from Singapore Management University. Now, last week, we explored how SMU-X, SMU's award-winning experiential learning model, is turning traditional education on its head by taking students out of the classroom and into real-world industry projects. Dr. Yuanto also highlighted how technology is now enabling cross-border collaboration with students in Singapore working alongside peers and companies in places like Indonesia, Europe, and the US. So today we ask, how does SMU measure success in this kind of learning environment? What outcomes are they seeing? And how are students, faculty, and industry partners responding? And what might this mean for employers across the region? Let's dive back in. That's something that I've always loved about being at SMU at the time. SMU has always been known to be a university that thinks quite globally, but is also rooted in Singapore's unique context. But how do you strike that balance?
I guess being a Singapore university, we have to take care of our Singaporean students first. And this includes exposing them to things that are useful and make them more employable. So the one factor that I think employers are looking at the moment is the communication skills, not just the way they present themselves, but also the way they interact with their peers and also interact with their future bosses and future supervisors. So the industry collaboration with not just local companies, but also with international companies, as well as with international students, will help to shape this kind of communication skills so that they are able to basically work anywhere and able to undertake responsibilities, not just in Singapore, but also in other countries. So in a way, the cross-cultural collaboration will help to broaden the Singaporean students' mindset. Because in Singapore Management University, global exposure is mandatory. And SMU-X also has an overseas component, the study trip that basically the students can take at the end of the semester, collaborating with international students and international industry partner. So I think in this way, the SMU-X overseas program have helped to shape our students' mindset to be more of an international mindset, and so that he or she is more globally ready for work anywhere.
Prof, are there aspects of SMU-X that could be exported or adapted by other institutions around the world?
Okay, thank you for this question. I believe the experiential learning pedagogy that SMU-X basically echoes has been used by many universities overseas, but it is probably in a much smaller scale. So what we usually encourage our partner universities is to collaborate with us on joint course collaboration, and from there we can adapt the situation to their local context, and then they can basically use it as and when they feel that there's a suitable course that they can convert into SMU-X format. And in fact, I just came back from a trip to Jakarta, where we collaborate with a university called Bina Nusantara University, one of the largest private university in Jakarta, on joint course collaboration. And this is actually our second course collaboration, and it involves bringing together a group of SMU students as well as the Bina Nusantara University students for them to work together on projects that are assigned by real companies based in Indonesia. So it has been a wonderful journey to Indonesia to have the students presenting their work to the project sponsors last week, and for them to mingle together on events such as welcome lunch, farewell lunch, as well as on their separate dinner trips where the Indonesian students actually bring their Singaporean counterparts on culinary trips around Jakarta and around Bandung. So this is something that can definitely be exported to other countries as we explore more collaboration with universities in ASEAN region, as well as in the European, as well as US region.
Sounds wonderful. Makes me want to go back to school again. Now, let's talk outcomes. How do you know that SMU-X is working?
I think we know that SMU-X is working from the number of students that have taken at least one SMU-X course over their journey in SMU. We started from 2 courses back in 2015, and right now we have about 60 to 70 undergraduate courses. And in terms of the students' intake, on average, we have more than 90% of our graduating students that have taken at least one SMU-X course in their 4 years journey in SMU. So I think that is a very good outcome that we have seen over the last 10 years. And on top of that, we have also expanded our SMU-X offerings to postgraduate courses, undergraduate overseas trips, which I just mentioned just now. It's called SMU-X Overseas. And in more recent years, we have also expanded into adult learning. And these are the positive outcomes that we would like to share, and also we would like to track over the next few years as we begin to explore newer initiatives involving SMU-X courses.
With so many of your students taking up opportunities to do experiential learning, I'm sure you've got success stories you can share.
I think the other outcome that I would like to mention is that the clients were very positive on the deliverables that are basically presented by the company. And just take the example of my SMU-X overseas trip to Jakarta and Bandung last week. So on Tuesday last week, the 6 groups of students presented their recommendations to 2 clients. One is a state-owned railway enterprise. The other one is the first high-speed rail network in Indonesia. And the managers from both companies were present at the final presentation day, and they both gave very encouraging feedback to the students on how some of the project outcomes will be implemented in their operations in the near future. So I think these are certainly positive outcomes that we would like to see from all the SMU-X courses, as well as all the SMU-X overseas courses that we are delivering to the project clients, as well as to our students.
That's real impact, Prof. Correct me if I'm wrong, some of your students, they also get internship or job offers?
Yes, exactly. So I think internship and job offers will be something that we would like the companies to consider as well. And I can share with you that on my first SMU-X course, one group of students actually delivered a very solid presentation to the client. And at the end, the client actually accepted one of the students working on that project on an internship for summer. And the student had the opportunity to work on not only the recommendations that were put forward by her group, but also on some of the other new initiatives that the company was implementing. So I think it is a win-win situation, not just from the company side, but also from the student side. So we would like to see more of this happening in the future.
Wow, exciting times ahead. Before we wrap up, what's next for SMU and SMU-X?
I think what's next for SMU and SMU-X will be more collaboration with more partner universities in the region. And we will also like to scale up adult learning as well as postgraduate offerings. And so we will also like to see more collaboration internally within the different schools in SMU, where we can have probably instructors from different schools in SMU to co-teach SMU-X course that is basically taken by more and more students from the different schools also. So I think interdisciplinary as well as more collaborations will be the key for the future for SMU-X.
You know, Prof, in any conversation these days, there are always these 2 letters, AI. So in terms of AI-driven teaching, what can you tell us?
For AI-driven teaching, I think we see that it is also an opportunity, and we will also like to invite companies that probably have projects related to AI to come on board as project sponsor so that the students can also learn about how AI is implemented in those companies and how they can further recommend solutions that will help these companies to harness the power of AI in their business operation. So certainly, we would like to see more AI-related projects that the company can offer to the students.
Amazing. Prof, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a really insightful conversation.
Thank you, Lynn, and my pleasure too.
Appreciate your time. He is Dr. Yuanto Kusnadi, Associate Professor at SMU's School of Accountancy and the Academic Director of SMU-X, SMU's award-winning experiential learning framework. I'm Lynlee. This has been Industry Insight on Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.